All things personal development related.
Morning.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Hanging in there.
That's right,
Trying to
that's right. You
trying to
already
get through
know.
the day.
But yeah, all things personal development related. 7 key areas of life. 5 components to SMART goals. 9 components of the cheat code to manifestation. How you doing this morning? Good, good. But today, the topic is: are you happy with the decisions that you're making today? Good morning, boss. Meaning, in the next 10 years, will you be looking back on yourself today and say, I'm so happy that I was doing what I was doing? Because we can harp on the past all we want and say, I wish I would have done this differently. I wish I would have done that differently. It's very easy to say. But the true response to that is to start making those changes today. So somebody may say, I wish I was working out when I was younger. I wish I was working out when I was younger. But guess what? You could work out today. And if you don't think you're in the shape to do it, start off small. Those small wins turn into big wins. If you've been watching my videos, you know I touch on all of these topics. You got to be okay with slow progress. They say slow motion is better than no motion. So when it comes to the decisions that you've made in the past that you don't like, how do you correct them? How do you correct those decisions? And the way you correct those decisions is by making better choices today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. So that in 10 years, you look back on today and you say to yourself, good morning, I'm so glad that I made those choices. Don't harp on the past. That's the main thing. Don't harp on the past. Don't think about the things you did wrong. That's where a lot of people go wrong. CPL 2507. Hey, welcome back. How you doing today? So you look at the past and you say, I wish I would have done this differently, that differently. But then you look at today, it's like, what are you doing differently today that you wish you were doing back then? And if the answer is nothing, then that's on you. I'm doing good, CPL 2507. You sound like a machine on Star Wars. Dr. Bubbles, who are you talking to? I'm talking to anybody who wants to hear this. And the message is, because we all have a past. We all know we have decisions that we made back in the day that we may not be happy about, that we wish we would have done differently. But the question for you, not to tell me, is to respond to yourself. What are you doing differently today? Are you making the decisions today that you're happy with? So that in 10 years from now, will you be looking back saying that you're happy you made those decisions? For example, I moved to LA in 2013. I don't know why I did it. I don't know what propelled, I mean, I do have an idea, but like realistically, when it comes down to it, I don't know why I did it. Obviously, I was chasing my music passion and everything, but I'm glad that I did it. I'm happy I made that choice. I was going to the gym. I was working out. I'm so glad that I was going to the gym, working out. I was a vegetarian. I'm so glad that I was mindful of my diet. And I'm talking about 10 years ago. So that's why I say 10 years. Some people say to do it within 7 years. 7 years back, 7 years forward. But I'm just trying to round up to the nearest 10, whatever. Salute, old man. Would you rather lose all of your past memories or never be able to make new ones? I would lose all my past memories. I'm sorry. Because I'm constantly making new memories. I still haven't been to Disneyland. So, yeah, I've been to Hawaii. I've traveled the country. I've done some great things. I've kicked it with LeBron James, all this different stuff, right? Like, my past memories are insane. But the future memories that I'm creating now, like my 41st birthday is coming up this month. Come on now. Like I'm about to be over the hump of 40. So there's that. What about you, bro? Like what would you do? What is it, Kevin? Big Kev. Yeah, what would you choose? But on that topic though, it's basically about making the decisions today that will make the future version of you proud. How can you make the future version of you proud? You have to look at the future version of yourself as, in a sort of a way, a parent. Today, you are the child of the future you. And you want to make your parent proud, right? Like, and the only way you can do that is by making what you believe, and you can only go off of what you believe. You can't go off of what anybody else believes. What you believe is the best for the future version of yourself. Sometimes you got to sacrifice things, which is one thing I'm very good at. I sacrifice not sleeping in to exercise in the morning before I go to work, because I know for sure when I get off of work, I'm not about to exercise. I got other stuff I'm doing. You know, I do live streams. I play video games. Sometimes I work after work. Sometimes I have meetings, events. So I sacrifice my mornings for my health because I would like to live as long as possible. I drink as much water as I can throughout the day. You know, I move my legs. I just started doing the Culver City stairs, which is a beast. My calves still hurt from that right now. I can't believe I'm still able to jog. And these are just some of the things I'm sharing that I do. So when I say these things, I want to ensure that I sweat. That's the other thing. I make sure I sweat out toxins, because no matter what you consume, eat, listen to, breathe in, touch, smell, all of your five senses, whatever you take in, you need to get it out. And one of the best ways to do that is through sweating and breathing. So obviously in other ways too, you know, when you're talking about going to the restroom, number one and number two. So you sweat it out, you pee it out, you boo-boo it out, and you breathe it out. But sweating is one of the most underutilized ways of getting toxins out of your body. I read, that's another thing I do. I read, I watch documentaries. Don't get me wrong, I spend time, entertaining myself too. I just talked about video games. I watch TV shows. I watch movies. I go to the theater sometimes, like me and my friend, or my friend and I, we just went to go see Emily King live. It was an experience like none other. Oh my gosh, she was incredible. So there are forms of entertainment that I treat myself to as well. I'm not just like a robot, although I do stay on a routine like a robot. But that's what it's about, because when you think about the cheat code to manifestation, what are the components? Vision, patience, passion, focus, action, belief, gratitude, confidence, consistency. Is 9 of them. Consistency, passion, action. That's what makes up discipline. And if you're disciplined and becoming the best version of yourself, I mean, you locked in. And there are times when you are allowed to treat yourself, because you are doing as much as you can to become something you've never been before, to become someone you've never been before. Especially when you're in the journey of trying to be the best version of yourself. You ain't never been this person. You know, you ain't never done the things that you're doing before. So you also have to be patient with yourself. You know, there are going to be some days I don't get up. I'm saying, you know, I work out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. There are going to be some days when I say, you know what, I went hard for the last 3 months. Today, I'm going to take a day off. Or it's raining outside. I'm not about to go out there today. I deserve it, you know. because we are deserving of everything we desire, and it is flowing to us now.
I said to myself too, I'm a seller food.
And that's how it
When I
go.
get the food, I end up cooking it and I give it away.
Yeah, that's what it's about. And we are getting ready to come to the end of this trail. So like I say, always usually like a 10 or 15-minute live stream to talk about the 7, the 5, and the 9, the 7 key areas of life, 5 components to SMART goals, and the 9 components of the cheat code to manifestation. What are the 7 key areas of life? Mental, physical, spiritual, relational, social, career, financial. The 5 components of SMART goals: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-bound. And what are the 9 components of the cheat code to manifestation? Vision, patience, passion, focus, action, belief, gratitude, confidence, and consistency. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, as always, you know we got to thank y'all for being here, because you could have been anywhere else on the internet, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. Please take this moment to like this video. Hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. All that good stuff, so you don't miss out on future content, and because it helps out with the algorithm. Beautiful people, thank you again for joining, and as always, we'll see you on the next one. Until next time, peace.